Hey everyone. Well, this video isn't about anything specific like what's a Dorade or how to varnish a Dorade box. It's just a quick update on what I've been up to. With spring rapidly approaching, I guess you could say I've been in a bit of a spring cleaning mood. And one of the things I thought it was time to address was the dinghy. And I like to make sure it's all cleaned up and the motor's running well before I go anywhere, of course. So you'll see when I haul the dinghy out that there's quite a heavy slime, or river sludge I call it, on the bottom. And that happens to the bottom of my sailboat as well. But with my sailboat, when I take it out to the ocean, all that slime and sludge seems to just be eaten away and it's gone after a couple days. And probably the motion through the water helps as well. But with the dinghy, it's easy just to haul it up onto the dock and give it a quick scrub down. You'll see that it comes off quite easily, so it's not really doing any harm, I don't think. It's just a bit of a slimy sludge that grows in the river. Of course, once I had the dinghy all cleaned up and back in the water, it was time to get the outboard running well. So for this year, I changed the fuel filter, I changed the spark plug, I pulled apart the fuel pump on it, because I have never done that, so I thought I'd take that apart, give it a really good cleaning, because I guess some of the fuel could sit in there and kind of get gummed up. And it was a little mucky, so I was happy I did that. And then I took the carburetor apart, which I've done many times now, and gave that a really thorough cleaning. One more thing I would like to do to the outboard is change the oil, and I just didn't have any replacement oil with me that day, so I'll have to go and get some, and then I'll do that another weekend when I have a chance, and make sure that's done before I go cruising this summer. Of course, when you're in this spring cleaning mode, you start noticing all kinds of things on the boat that need attention, and I noticed the brass clock and barometer were looking a bit tarnished. Another thing I like to do down below for maintenance and keeping things looking nice is oiling all the teak. So I do this sort of in sections and sort of work my way around the boat clockwise, I guess, is how I've been doing it. I find that way I just don't miss anything. And it takes a couple days. I don't do it all in one shot because it's a lot of work. So after a couple days, that is all finished, and then I don't have to worry about that again for some time. We've been getting a fair bit of rain lately with the odd nice day thrown in there, and we did have a nice day about a week ago, and I was sort of feeling bad neglecting the little angry meatball, so I went up to the yard and I have a spot where I can wash the car, and afterwards I gave the angry meatball a nice wax. So take advantage of those nice days when you can. And he's a happy meatball now, so he looks great when he's all cleaned up, and I'm sure he's happier. Well, now that the Angry Meatball is happy, it's time to focus back on the boat. And it's been a bit wet lately, so I haven't been able to do much polishing outside in the rain. But I was able to focus on the cockpit, which gets a bit of abuse over the year. And the product I use two products. It's the 3M Marine Cleaner and Wax, it's called. It's for lightly oxidized surfaces. And I apply 2 coats of that with a microfiber towel, and then I apply 2 coats of Scotchgard Marine Liquid Wax. And I think it's important to have those layers of wax on top of the cleaner, the 3M product, because that's really what's going to protect it. And the Scotchgard claims to have good UV protection and stuff too, so it turns out pretty nice. And the gel coat is 34 years old, so I think the video clips will show that it can bring out quite a shine even in a 34-year-old gel coat. Then I had the kids for a few days, and we were fortunate enough to even have some sunshine on one of the days. So I thought, this is a good chance to take the dinghy out and give that motor a good run, make sure there's no issues with it. So we went up the river a bit, and then we went back down the river, and then back up the river, and the motor's running really well, and it seems to be all set and ready for cruising season. And when that sun comes out on an early March day, it sure is nice here, and it feels like spring is just around the corner. Well, there you go. That's a little look at some of the spring cleaning that's involved when you live aboard your boat. And there's more to do. I'll clean all the canvas, and I have a video of what I use to clean the canvas. So there's some good products out there for canvas cleaning, and then Scotch guarding it after to make it waterproof. I'll of course polish all the smooth surfaces of the gel coat on the top sides once the weather is good again, and polish the hull. Also, when I'm polishing the hull, that's usually the time that I'm quite happy to have a 34-foot boat and not a 50-foot boat, because it's a lot of work, and 50 feet would be a lot of boat to polish. So it's one of those things again where you're trying to decide what size boat to get, and depends if you want to polish the hull or not. It's not mandatory, but I have a 34-year-old gel coat like I mentioned, and when I do clean it and polish it and wax it, it turns out really nice and has almost a mirror finish. So it's something I enjoy doing. It's kind of therapeutic, I guess. Maybe all cleaning is therapeutic, I don't know, but keeps me out of trouble and keeps me busy. I think that's one of the things about living aboard, is keeping busy doing things, so that stops you from getting cabin fever. Plus I work and have the kids, and I do lots of other things, of course, but spring cleaning is something that we all have to do. Well, I think I'll end it there and get back to cleaning. So we'll see you guys on the next video.